welcome back. Brendan Fraser is no stranger to the screen. We first fell in love with him as Link, the prehistoric caveman in the comedy Encino Man.
And hard to believe, but it's been 20 years since he was Rick O'Connell in the Mummy franchise.
Now he's starring in the new series Doom Patrol, based on the DC comics of the same name.
He plays Cliff Steele, a.k.a. Robotman, a former race car driver who, after a freak accident, finds himself as just a brain inside the body of a robot. And after an unfortunate incident with a rat,
of course,
he turns to his friend Cyborg to help him out. Take a look.
You ever get a rat stuck in you before?
No.
Do I smell? I'm worried I smell and no one's telling me.
You don't smell.
Because who the hell knows what that friggin' thing was doing while it was inside me?
I just rewired your circuits and patched up your nutrient tank. You're fine.
Should we at least just spray a little Lysol on here? Maybe you hang an air freshener. Maybe you could light a candle.
Brendan joins us this morning. Thanks for coming by. Before we get to any of that, though, Roker's a big fan of this show. You guys are actually shopping together now, as I understand.
Well, we were buying hats.
We've encountered each other at Men's Haberdashery. I think you went home with a boater.
I did. I did go with the boater. Good memory.
I scored a fedora.
Yes.
Where was that?
nice.
Why are you guys going hat shopping?
Well, we just happened to go. We were at JJ Hats and happened to
Bump into each other.
I love it.
Okay.
Minds think alike.
Okay.
Great fashion.
So here we go. Okay, now back exactly.
So this is Doom Patrol.
Yes. It's actually based
And-
off a comic strip from the 60s.
Oh, yeah. 63, 62, around there. I think it went to like 7 or 8 different incarnations. So this is the Grant Morrison run, which was in the 90s. The material is faithful to the comic book. It's misfits who are isolated and have to decide that they can get over being anti-hero enough to help a society out that reject them. So similar themes we've seen before, but it's a lot of fun. It's on DC Universe right now, which is a new streaming service. I think it's coming to Xbox One soon.
Yeah, it's a little more adult. It's not a kid's misfit superhero television show, but it has a certain amount of lightness to it that you get to imbue. You've got a lot of great lines in this.
Yeah, some of them I can't repeat on board.
No, you can't.
Many of them you can.
Okay, we'll tell them in 3, 2. No, I won't.
I was watching your face as you were watching the clip. Was it fun to do those things? I could see that you were almost remembering what you were doing there in your head.
The process is that I work with another actor. He's called Riley Shanahan, big tall guy. Actually, we're like 20 years apart from the same college. We have all similar training. He wears the super
You ever get
suit.
a rat stuck in you before?
And I'll voice a scratch track. Everyone will listen to it, and then I'll come in and do a good ADR scene and then clean up some things later. It's kind of a collaboration, really, to create
cool.
this robot man.
That friggin' thing was doing.
And it's a great cast. I mean, you've got Timothy Dalton, Alan Tudyk, you've got Matt Bomer. I mean, just
Diane Guerrero, Michael
and
Mulvey.
that must be a fun group to get together.
We are happy together doing this job, and it shows. It's got a big response. This is one for the fans. I mean, it's made many new ones, but it's getting a real sort of, I'd say, like a real interested, loyal, intelligent, fun group of people who seek this show out, because it's kind of an antidote to things being squeaky clean in what we see in comic book fare, and the themes are more prevalent, something you can hang your hat on really thinking about. It's a lot of fun too. You can't forget that.
I love that.
I can't believe it's been 20 years since The Mummy, but it's also been 24 years since Airheads. I want to know, because Airheads is one of those movies, when it's on, it's like, I'm definitely going to just keep it on and watch it. Do you do that? Do you?
Like rock out in my living room watching it?
No, I mean, yeah, basically. I mean, do you just sit
I do. I said it.
I wonder, like, these classics that we're so used to watching, if the people in them, you
That is
included,
funny. If it
actually
was on
watched
TV,
them.
would you sit down? That's a good question.
It's a fair question.
Yeah.
I'll watch everyone else in it, and I'll just kind of edit my own self out and think, oh, that was the day I tripped over a cable.
What about your kids? Do they watch your 20-year-old stuff?
Not that. Well, they will. They did when they were small, and they didn't get it. And with Doom Patrol, now they're like, wow, Dad's actually kind of cool. Sometimes,
So you're cool again.
again.
Yeah.
Dad's swearing on TV.
But they don't. Doom Patrol streaming right now, only on DC Universal. Excuse me, DC Universe. Force of Habit. We'll be right back.